to this CPC Crime Policing and Citizenship Project launch event workshop. So for those who don't know me, most of you must know me already. So I'm Cheng, a senior lecturer in geoinformatics of the Department of Civil, Environmental and Genetic Engineering. So I'm also the principal investigator for the CPC project. As part of the RCUK Global Uncertainties Program, CPC will address the interaction and associations of crime, policing, and citizens at a range of spatial sample scales. So it draws from several disciplines of crime science, computer science, geography, and geoinformatics to engineering practical solutions for crime problems. So this launch workshop really want to present to you many of the initial ideas and the directions of the research. It also will provide a forum to discuss the themes of public engagement, policing and crime and policing, and level complexity and spatial temporal data modeling that will underpin the work. So those are the 3 sessions actually scheduled before the keynotes, modeling and simulation of social phenomena to be given by Professor Dr. Helbing in the afternoon. So at the end of the workshop, I will also give you a very brief overview of the project. So you've got to wait for the end of the day to know precisely what it is. Okay, so I very much hope this workshop really provides a valuable opportunity for all of you to share the ideas, the experiences, and achievements with respect to CPC. And this event actually also going to be used to launch another EPSRC grant of uncertainty of identities. And the grant is between UCL, City, and Birmingham universities, which is also funded by RCUK Global Uncertainties Program. So now it's my great honor and privilege to invite Professor Anthony Finkelstein, the Dean of our faculty, to give his welcome address. Anthony.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Tal. When I attend conferences, I try usually very hard to time my entrance to just avoid the welcoming speech by the mayor, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, or whatever it is, for the town in which the things. And I regret to say I now find myself playing this particular role, and I'll have to, having committed myself, I'll have to follow through on that by doing the standard thing of welcoming all of those of you who come from other institutions and organisations to join us today for this meeting. I'm incredibly excited by this project, and I'm excited for a number of reasons. I'm excited basically by a project that speaks to the mission of UCL engineering. We have a strapline. The strapline says "Change the world," and it's not just something that's been stuck there by the marketing team. It's actually something we believe. It's something we're committed to. We're committed to engineering as a tool for analysing and changing the world. I'm very excited by the collaboration between departments, both within the faculty and across faculties. So I'm very excited by the collaboration between CDGE, Civil and Geomatic Engineering, Crime and Security Science, Computer Sciences, and the Department of Geography from the Slash School. I'm excited by the collaboration between the individuals. Involves a great team of individuals: Paul from Geography, John Shaw-Taylor from Computer Science, and Kate Bowers and Tal, which is really good, and it's really nice also to see such an exciting project with within engineering with strong female leadership. I think that's always something very encouraging. It's also really great the project had the good taste to recruit one of my former students to the team, so I feel altogether very buoyed up. But all of that set aside, actually what does most excite me about the project is the intellectual challenge that underpins it. And I'm going to pick on two parts of that intellectual challenge to comment on. The first is the multi-scale, multi-representation side of the challenge. Multi-scale, because in some senses, considering different things at different scales, provides a mechanism for complexity management and for, in some senses, an analogue of the sort of abstraction in computing. And that's important. And I think the actual, also critical in looking at this, is the multiple representation side of things. That in fact, this will not simply be about one type of network representation, but actually the coming together of a complex set of representations, arising both from the communicative needs, in other words, for communicating to practice, but because the data arrives in complex forms and arising out of complex representations. And for me, multi-scale, multi-representation is the core of a lot of the big science, big model problems which we're tackling actually right across UCL. Multi-scale, multi-representation is the core of the problems. Climate change is the core of the problems in systems biology. It's the core of many of the problems in some of our large-scale social engineering challenges. And after I beat you up, you hold up timing signs to me. So I think that's all really exciting. The next part of that is that excites me is, I think, what I think of as the information management challenge, which I suspect is going to be a particularly interesting dimension of the problem you're going to be tackling in this project. It will not simply be enough to mine the data. It will not simply be enough to analyze the data. Critically, you're going to actually have to manage that data and manage the provenance of the data because of the sensitive ways in which this data is going to be deployed in support of policing and support of police intelligence. I believe that these sorts of data management and data provenance issues are actually very poorly understood and have not been well tackled right across a set of analogous areas of work. So both of these intellectual challenges seem to me to be of great importance and significant and strongly worthy of challenge. You have a very interesting program of work, talks in front of you. I think it's very exciting to the talks being assembled, and I hope you enjoyed the day. So, with thanks.
Thank you very much.